Welcome back, everybody, to the El Silencio de los Trabajadores, and I'm here with my friend Rob Calvert again, and today's topic is going to be Rob.
Let's talk a little bit about what's happened since the last episode, Vukas. Let's talk about some of the actions that have happened and how we're trying to help.
Yeah, the last time we discussed a little bit about the undocumented workers here on some of the municipal projects here in Edmonton, and this is one big issue, they're going around across Canada. So luckily, we managed to contact these 10 people, and we're helping them through the Building Trade and our affiliates to get an open permit work. So if you want to talk about that, Rob.
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago, we all met at the RCMP office to talk about what our path forward was. The company that we had talked about last time had withheld a lot of payments from the young men and women that were working on the job site. And so we all met with an immigration specialist at the RCMP officer at the RCMP agency. The RCMP came out and told us that this was not their jurisdiction. So we went down to the Edmonton City Police. We all went down there, 13 workers, Vukas, myself, some other organizers, and we waited in line at the police station. And we were there on a Friday, and human trafficking was only open Monday to Thursday. And as we waited, our immigration specialist contacted immigration, and they sent an investigator over who had been down to the site where the border security had been to check on people. And this was not about getting anyone arrested. This was about the investigation into the companies that have been doing this to workers. And so we had a long chat with that investigator, and he really just wants to help us with this problem. He wants to find these companies that are abusing these workers so badly. He wants to find the companies that are hiring these subcontractor companies. He wants to go after the general contractors. And so we set up meetings with him, and over the course of time, we've had people interview with him, and I think that we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, and I want to also take the opportunity, to send a message to all my fellow workers, If you're working for any of these contractors, unethical contractors that are abusing you and exploiting you, well, like I said before, use this channel to raise your voice to everyone, to come forward with any stories they have or any kind of mistreating they've been taking in place here in Alberta, because, like we talked with Rob before, the Building Trades is always here to represent workers. And most of the unions, they're here to represent workers as well. So as a fellow worker to another fellow workers, try to use this channel to bring all the issues. And if you're working currently and right now for one of these subcontracts, and these subcontracts, they're not paying you or they're not treating you properly, well, you know what? Try to contact us. At the end of this show, we're going to have the information on the screen. And we're not going to say any names. We're not looking to trying to put anybody's name in jeopardy. The whole idea is to expose and, so you guys can cross this message to the rest of the Spanish community, and not only the Spanish community, because I've been here, they've also been in the Ukrainian community, a lot of this mistreating and exploitation.
Yeah, and the Filipino community as well. The Building Trades is the labor movement. We are workers. I am not a businessman, I'm an iron worker who came up through the ranks and has I've dedicated my life to helping workers, and that's what we want to do here. There is no more mistreated group in this province than the worker who is not getting workers' compensation for every hour he or she works, not getting taxes deducted so that you're working illegally in the black market. We want to help you become true workers in Canada, to become Canadians eventually, but to make sure that you are treated with dignity, and you get to work safely, and you get to have your voices heard. And so when Vukas says you can reach out to us through this channel, we're not looking to get anyone deported. We know that you were brought up here under false promises to get jobs and to become with an open work permit so that you can work up here and send money back to your family and hope make a better life for your family. We totally understand that, and we empathize with you on that. What we're trying to do is stop these contractors who want to treat you like slaves, who want to drop wages down to just about minimum wage or lower depending on where they're working. And we want you to do better, and we don't want to hurt you. So if you can reach out through us, through Vukas, at the end of the podcast here, you'll see our contact info. We are here to help you. We are workers helping workers, and I guess we could talk a little bit more about some of the political people that we've engaged with and what we want to do, if that's what you want to talk about next.
Yeah, well, let's do that.
Okay, perfect. So we have been working at all levels of government. We have found allies on the left and on the right. We are going to expose these general contractors that hire these subs, and they know these subs are doing what they're doing. And if they don't know, then they're just turning a blind eye. And then the subs hire subs. If you've worked for some of these systems where you get paid cash and sometimes they withhold your pay, or you get hurt and they tell you to go home and you don't have any ability to see a doctor or a dentist, even if you're back home now, even if you've moved across the country and you're seeing this, please contact us and let us know the names of these companies. Our end goal, just like in the last podcast, is to have the federal government grant us at least 500 spots of amnesty or regularization, or some way for you to stay here, tell your story, and find the best way of life here in Canada for yourselves. We can't do that if we don't have people coming forward to us. We will never use your names anywhere. That's not our goal. So we have worked with all sides of government. We met today with city councilors. We're working across the aisles to fix this up. And we have found roadblocks at some levels, but we are working hard with the people who will work with us so that we can make this situation better.
Yeah. So guys, you know what? Take this opportunity and let's fight this together. Let's come forward. We want to hear from you guys. And I was having one guy, Rob, here. He was gonna come in, and he was one of the undocumented guys actually get hurt in one of these big projects. And he was gonna come in and share his story, but for some reason I think he get cold feet. And I just wanna, just send the message down there. We're not here to deport anybody. We're not here to call in immigration. No, that's not what we're doing here. Like our friend here, Rob, he been in the trade most of his life. I also been, my young life, I also been most of the time on the trade. I'm a cement mason with Local 222. And we're here to help each other. That's the main reason I doing this, is to help, especially my community, because I'm tired to hear, like you guys making money out of our own people and giving them the excuse, oh, I only gonna pay you $20 an hour because you don't speak English or you don't read English, So that was the reason I decided to do something. And I find these people and the builder trade behind me to help us to expose all this, because it's a big issue. Right now, probably most of the people, they don't see this, but eventually you're gonna see it. It's in every job site. Before it was only on the residential area. Right now it start moving on the commercial, industry, industrial jobs, So this is not gonna stop. So if we're not doing anything, well, and we just looking the other way, well, that's not helping us. So this beautiful country, which is Canada, and all the laws and all the opportunities they're bringing for every immigrant, like myself who came here, this is not gonna be there. Because the main reason why we had to leave our places and come here is because this corruption happened to our country, and few people taking all the profits, and they don't care about the rest of the people, basically, So.
And I have been disgusted to learn that the worst abusers of Hispanic workers in this province are other Hispanic workers who have managed to get a legal status here and then abuse their brothers and sisters that come up from the South and put them into these terrible positions where they're scratching to just eat, to just pay their rent, to just get by. The hope was to send money home. We understand that. That's why you took this risk to come here, and then to find these disgusting people that want to make money off your back, that they get $4 an hour off of your wage and you get to make 16 instead of 20, and it's still illegal, but they're taking that cream off the top. They are human trafficking you because they have a legal status here and they get to do that, and they think that they're better than you. It's not true. We're all equal here in Canada. That's the premise of being Canadian. You don't have to take that abuse from these people, and we want to hear who those people are as well. These labor gurus who promise you open work permits and promise you that this will be a better life and that you'll be able to work and become Canadian, or at least get onto an open work permit so you can stay here for an extended period of time. It's unacceptable, and we're going to stop it. And we need those people's names. We need to hold them accountable with the government and with immigration. And those are the people that we should be looking at, not you people that were lured up here on false promises. We really want to put an end to that, and that's our goal here. That is our goal here.
And don't thinking they're your friends, you know, because like I was talking to this young man, he said, you know, I think he was my friend, you know, we hang out, we're going out to the clubs, but then he get hurt, and the guy disappeared. He was in the hospital by himself, you know, and he couldn't speak English, he could say anything, and in the end, he told me he only see one way out. He was returning to Mexico with no money. And then he come back and he actually tried to fight this, but he said, you know, like, how can I fight? Nobody's helping me, and nobody's willing to help you. So here, that's the reason this channel is so important. And I encourage everyone to share it with their friends, because it's so important, because this is the place where you can come in and share their stories. So everybody here in Canada, they can hear what's going on here, especially here in all these municipal projects, you know. Like we got so many great people here, and we got so many, you know, skilled guys that they want to work here, you know. And right now they have to leave the province. They have to work in a different province because they don't have a jobs opportunity over here. In the meantime, where we have these gurus, you know, like make all the money out of these guys, and these guys are coming here for the summer, and then they're living on the winter time, but with all this promise, just a promise, you know, because maybe they're not gonna bring you back. You know, or if you get hurt, then you're no good to him no more, you know?
And we hear reports from all of the big groups that study the amount of workers we need in Canada. And the only way we're going to get out of this labor shortage in Canada is with immigration. But the immigration that's happening right now is illegal, it's bogus, and it only benefits the people that are willing to pull this scam off. We need to have you allowed to stay here, like we did with these 8 people we're working with right now. We got them LMIA, open work permits. We are hoping that we can get them, we'll know by Friday, if we can get them up working for a good signatory contractor with benefits, union benefits, pension, health and welfare, good wages, steady work, a camp job, so they can actually send some money home. We can't find that for everyone if the system maintains how it is right now. But I'm telling you, you are hardworking people. You want to do well for your families. That's the same as everybody here in Canada. Hardworking people that want to do well for their families, they want to make a decent living, work safe, and have some pride in what they're doing, and not having to run when the border security shows up on your job site while your foreman from these companies videotape you running and laugh. That's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to be a Canadian worker here, and we're going to help you with that. And we don't want to keep beating this dead horse. We are the labor movement. We are the people that are going to help you. We want you to come forward and talk to us and tell us who these companies are. You don't have to use your name if you're not comfortable, but I'm telling you, the people that have come in here, 33 2 weeks ago, sitting in this room, talking to us about the abuses and the stuff that we could do to make it better. And a group of them listened to us, and we're going to look after them now. So please contact us.
Okay, Rob, well, thank you very much for your time, you know, and thank you, everyone. And like I said before, use this channel. We're here to protect the workers and also to fight for them. So, guys, on the end of this show is going to be our information there. Share your story, please, you know. That's the only way we can make any changes. And, you know, hopefully we see you soon, or we hear from you guys soon. Thank you very much, Rob, for coming. I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
And check us also on TikTok. We just started a new channel, The Silence of the Worker, or El Silencio de los Trabajadores. And please, let's share this with every family member you have out there, with every friend. We want to cross this message around Canada, you know. And why not? Let's go international. Let's make sure our government and our country, they can hear also, you know, what do we have to put it out day by day in order to send money to our family, you know. Okay, so thank you very much.